across the south coast, live from Solent University. You're listening to Solent Sports News.
Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News Radio. I'm Jack Peskett and these are your 4pm sports headlines. Eastleigh have had a good start to the FA Cup after qualifying for the second round. Callum Kemp reports.
Number 20.
Number 20 is Eastleigh. There was a 5-1 win at home for them against Bournemouth on Saturday.
Number 27.
And travelling there is number 27. That is Reading.
After beating fellow non-league side Bournemouth convincingly 5-1 in the first round of the FA Cup proper, Eastleigh have been drawn against Reading in the second round. The Spitfires' win over Bournemouth has brought about some confidence in the club, with assistant coach Jason Bristow saying it's performance to build upon.
They've set themselves some levels, and we've got to make sure that they continue to reach those. And you know, if we play like we have today and spells in other games recently, then we're going to have a good season. But we've got to make sure we maintain those.
Eastleigh's Ludwig Fransletti talks about how the players are excited for the next round.
Just really give a lot of confidence in the team, and we know what we're about now, and we just want to go again next week.
Reading are a significantly larger club than Eastleigh, sitting 2 leagues above them in League One. It will certainly be a challenge for Eastleigh to overcome them. I spoke to local Daily Echo reporter Tom Wallace about what he thought Eastleigh's chances are for a cup run. And how far do you think Eastleigh could potentially get in the competition?
Yeah, well, I think they're obviously underdogs for when they play Reading. But you never know, they're obviously at home. They've been scoring a lot of goals recently since Richard Hill took over. So yeah, I don't think Reading will be looking forward to going to Eastleigh at all.
Fans in Eastleigh are optimistic about their chances against Reading Football Club.
I do think Eastleigh are capable of beating them, considering Reading they're on bad form and the club's in bits. So I think there's an advantage for Eastleigh.
How far do you reckon Eastleigh can make it in the cup?
Well, they've gone far before Bolton, Swindon. I think they'll beat Reading. I think they will. I think I'm going 2-1.
Eastleigh are certainly the underdogs, but are they capable of pulling off a giant killing and proceeding further into the competition? Callum Kemp, Solent Sports News.
We have Callum live with us from Eastleigh after their amazing second round qualification. Callum, what's the atmosphere like in the town?
Yes, the atmosphere is really good here. I've been around town all day and there seems to be a buzz about the competition and people are very happy to receive a bigger challenge in the next round. I was in a local cafe today and 2 of the players have previously been in there and they were talking about how they themselves were excited for the challenge and hoping they can progress as far as possible in the competition.
Eastleigh aren't the only non-league side in the competition, are they, Callum?
Your side's still in it. They had a very impressive first round proper. They ended up going 7-0 up against Swindon by the 60th minute. Swindon did come back to make it 7-4. But based on Swindon's form previously in the season, where they were one of the best home records in the 92, it was very impressive for them to get through, and they have next round.
Thanks for that, Callum. It's Monday Night Football, and tonight's game is in the Premier League as Tottenham face London rivals Chelsea. A win for Spurs could see them go 2 points clear at the top of the table, and this will be Mauricio Pochettino's first game back since his sacking in 2019. Current manager Ange Postecoglou says there's still respect for his predecessor.
Everyone I speak to around here, there's still people who worked with him, can't speak highly enough of him as a person, as a manager, so I doubt there'd be anything but respect, for Mauricio from anyone at this football club, supporters or people associated with it.
Sticking with Chelsea now, and their women's manager Emma Hayes will leave in at the end of the season. She joined the Blues in 2012 and has won over 10 major trophies. Hayes is believed to be the front-runner for the US national women's job. It was double delight over the weekend for both Southampton men's and women's teams. A 93rd minute winner from Ryan Fraser was enough for the men to climb up to 4th in the table following the victory over Millwall. Meanwhile, the women moved into 3 points of the top place Sunderland following the 3-0 win over Sheffield United. 2 of the biggest footballers on the planet could be set to spend time out on the sidelines. Real Madrid's Jude Bellingham and Manchester City's Erling Haaland both went off injured for their respective sides, We are now joined by our European football correspondent, Barnaby Page, who can tell us more. First of all, Barney, where has the Jude Bellingham speculation come from?
Well, it comes after Bellingham going off injured yesterday against Rayo Vallecano at the Bernabeu. It was a bit of a shock, especially considering how well Bellingham's been doing at this start of the season. I think he went off in a sling, kind of a makeshift sling using his arm. There's speculation that it's to do with his shoulder or his collarbone potentially, but there's some hope in there as well. Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid's manager Carlo Ancelotti, was talking today in a press conference that he's feeling positive about it. There's tests going on today, but he'll have to see whether he'll play in the Champions League game against Braga on Wednesday.
How long could he be out for if the injury is serious as first feared?
Well, if it is a serious injury, we are looking at a 12 to 16 week timeout on the sideline, which will be significant for both Bellingham, especially considering his progression this season. He's been in outstanding form, both not just for Madrid but for England too. But if it is serious, yes, it will be up to a 16-week injury.
And also, we saw Haaland come off against Bournemouth in that 6-1 win. What's happened there?
Yeah, he went off at half-time against Bournemouth. He was talking about feeling some pain, but again, Guardiola's come out today in preparation for their game against Young Boys in the Champions League and said that he too is feeling positive about it too.
Everyone I speak to around here, there's still people.
Tomorrow I will training. I will listen to the doctor himself, and he's said, "I'm ready. I don't have pain. I will consider it to let him play, because it's Tuesday to Sunday. There are a lot of games to recover. It's not Wednesday, Thursday."
Can you see both of them playing at all this week or even the weekend?
I can't really see them playing necessarily on Tuesday and Wednesday night, because I think, especially considering the opposition that they're playing in Braga and Young Boys, I think it's a good chance for Ancelotti and Guardiola to use some of their best, some other players, use that depth that we know that these two clubs famously have. So I can see them being rested for the weekend's games.
Thanks for that, Barney. Up next, it was the infamous Teddington derby this weekend between Teddington Football Club and Hearts of Ted Lothian. Nikita Jart went out to find out why this is such a heated rivalry.
Teddington football team has achieved success in various competitions. We are here in Bedfont Sports Stadium. Here is football match going on between Teddington and Hearts of Ted Lothian football team. And I am with the manager of Teddington football team. You are talking about the weather. Do you think match affected by the weather?
So even though we've had lots of rain, we're still playing. Lots of games have been called off today because of the rain. This one's okay. So we have a mixture of younger players and older players. I've just missed a goal.
Here is the opponent team manager Nick with us.
We're the best team playing today, but we're losing.
What do you want to say to the team after today's performance?
Just to keep the boys fit and healthy. Play football and do your best and enjoy yourself.
Coach is giving instruction to the team during break.
Every team is going to want to go. So we have to show that we can boys, enough from 18 fouls. We're giving away too many fouls.
Teddington player Daniel told us he got injured and
I'm not going to come back on the pitch. Yeah, we're 1-0 up. Hopefully we can keep playing some good football, defend well, keep it solid at the back, and hopefully we can keep winning. Don't let them score.
Thanks for that, Nikita. Up next, once a staple of Solent Sports societies, something has terribly gone wrong with the Solent boxing this year. There is currently no news on whether it will continue for the season. We are joined by Barbara LaRusso, who can tell us more. Barbara, what can you actually tell us?
Yes, Jack. Right now I'm in front of the sport complex and I'm looking through my phone at the page of Solent Boxing Team, and I can see that everything seems to be okay. The page of the team includes a lot of information about the trainings and the prizes, the gym they used to train, since it's not included in the Solent Sports Spaces. And also the past winners of the BUGS championship medals, but nothing appears to be certain about the starting date and what is actually going on.
Thanks for that, Barbara.
The boxing team has recently left an empty space around Solent University. Apparently, the club seems to be no more active after years of big results through championships and competitions. Both gold and silver medals in the novice categories from 2015 to 2018 were brought home. We tried to figure out something more through Lauren Garish, who runs Solent Sports program.
I currently don't know the numbers of students that we have down the club, but I know that we have a partnership with them for boxing. I don't know if they're active or if they're entered into any competitions at the moment, but they might be throughout the year.
Jack Presky, a Solent Sports student, explains why the breakdown happened.
So basically, this is the first year there hasn't been a Team Solent boxing team. According to one person, there seems to have been a breakdown in communication, which has left a big gap in the societies, since there's been a lot of staff departures at Solent, which could have played a part in the lack of communication. But yeah, hopefully, especially as the boxing season's already started, they'll sort something out before us.
According to inner city gym coach and students of Solent, it's a pity, since boxing can actually bring a lot of benefits.
Boxing is a great sport for the body. It helps you improve your cardiovascular and anaerobic capabilities. It's also great for the mind, as it helps you blast some steam. You learn a bit of self-defense and you can work on your mental toughness.
Especially as a woman, I feel like it's very important to learn self-defense, so I think they should carry it on.
It can be a matter of time due to some problems in the organization, but everybody is really hoping that the team will be back, maybe in the next months to come. But for now, that's all. Barbara Lorusso, Solent Sports News.
Cricket now, and England's Moeen Ali has hinted that he could retire soon internationally, after the country's terrible display at the ongoing World Cup saw the current holders crash out following their defeat to Australia. Ali, who retired from Test cricket this summer, has said that this could possibly be his last tournament.
I've had an amazing journey all the way here, and we've had some amazing times. But everything does come to an end, and it could be next series, could be whenever, and I've accepted that already in terms of I'm not making the next World Cup.
And finally, an update on the Cricket World Cup match between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Bangladesh are currently on 224 for 4 after 35 overs. They need 56 runs from 90 balls to win. And that's all we have time for today. You can keep up to date with all the latest breaking news at solentsportsnews.com. Once again, I've been Jack Prescott, and this has been Solent Sports News Radio.